Can you hear me? Well, it really doesn't matter because I'm not going to be talking to your conscious minds anyway. I'd really like to dedicate this, my little presentation, to a mentor and to the memory of a mentor and a teacher who played me forward and allowed me to play others forward, Matt Thurney, who really inspired this piece today. Him and other international trainers and teachers have contributed to all I am today, so I want to thank them for that. Teddy, thank you for highlighting the power of the mind and the imagination, whether it's cricket or Einstein's miracles. I'd like to start the presentation with a poem by the Spanish poet Antonio Machado. The wind, one brilliant day, called to my soul with the odor of passion and jasmine. The wind, one brilliant day, called to my soul with the odor of jasmine. In return for the odor of my jasmine, I'd like all the odor of your roses. I have no roses. All the flowers in my garden are dead. Well then, I'll take the withered petals and the yellow leaves and all the water of the fountains. The wind left and I wept, and I said to myself, what have you done? What have you done with the garden that was entrusted to you? As you sit here now, listening to the sound of my voice, probably wondering what I'll be talking about, and with your eyes open or closed, though at first you may become even more aware of things, sounds in the room, sound of my voice, sensations in the arms and your legs, thoughts and images that drift through the mind automatically, and ponder on the words of the poem that you've just heard and how those words make you feel, how relevant they are to you, and the meanings they may have for you in the overall picture of your life. And ponder, consider, contemplate on all that you've experienced here today and on all of your past life. I would like you to recognize that all of life is a learning experience. You learn from each and every event. Some experiences are more pleasant than others. So those experiences you deem pleasant can be pleasant learning experiences, and those other experiences can just become learning experiences. And so you're living your life, and there are things to do, and sometimes there's just too many things to do. But for a little while now, there may be the next thing to do. The next thing to do is to give some time to you. Some time, just a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time to you. And there really is nothing else for you to do other than to give that time to you. Not even listen to the sound of my voice or pay attention to my words. As long as you just allow yourself to drift, simply drift into peaceful thoughts that bring you a sense of serenity and peace. I notice some of you are blinking quite a lot now. After a long day, it can bring fatigue to the eyes. So just allow your eyes to rest. And for the next few minutes, why not just make the decision to let yourself simply relax and begin to daydream? Daydream about peaceful colors and images, sounds and places that are important to you. And imagine a field, an open space, a garden with a small stream running through it. There's a bridge that spans the stream, and you're standing safely in the middle of the bridge. Imagine looking to your left and seeing this portion of the field or garden. Let's just say we call this portion your past, your history, your questions, your issues. And as you continue to rest your eyes, I want you to, in your mind, from the middle of the bridge, turn and look to the right of this field or garden. On your right hangs a mist-like haze that catches the sunlight in a cereal glow. And through the haze, you can see this space as the most ideal garden that you ever could imagine and desire. I invite you to, in your mind, experience a clear sky day, a beautiful day, where the sunshine is just perfect, and it's not too hot, and it's not too cold. And you can easily imagine on this clear blue sky day, with the blue sky and the white puffy clouds gently drifting lazily by overhead into the distance, and that you now have the opportunity to do something that you've always wanted to do in your life. On a day like this, on a day like today, on a perfect day like today, you have the opportunity now to, in your mind's eye, design in this open portion of space, the perfect garden. To engage the possibilities that you can plant whatsoever you choose in what is your future garden, to create pathways and walkways, to clean up the debris, to add fertilizer and earthworms, add the flowers and the herbs, the bushes and trees, to support each other in the garden as a whole, that makes your life rich and abundant always and in all ways, and makes the world one in which we all want to belong to participate in, and to contribute to. And a stream runs through it, gurgling, laughing, and singing as it runs deeper and deeper into the garden, easy even to settle, clear, clean, and brilliant, quiet, delightful, cooling and refreshing as it brings easy sustenance and support to this beautiful garden, a garden fragrant with fruit trees, entrancing with a symphony of busy insects and the sounds of the playful banter of various birds. While still on the bridge, you look back to the left to see the reality of what has been. It is grass and dried trees, weeds and thorns. You notice the debris mixed with plastic bottles and bags and feel uncomfortable because of that. As you survey your garden to the left, you realize how the clutter of weeds, dried trees and debris detract from the aesthetics and the functioning of the garden. You do notice patches of decent planting, but then observe they being suffocated by the dead bushes and the dead trees. If you use just a little bit more imagination, you might even hear the stream running through the garden. But when you look to the stream on the left, you see that what could be a beautiful stream is tainted with refuse and synthetic bags. It is in disarray. It is obvious that this part of the garden has not been tended to. Just a little further inside, you notice some grand and exotic trees and beautiful flowers that you had brought in, and your heart lifts a little at first, only to realize that it is deathly quiet around this area, with no happy calling of one bird to its mate, no sounds of their singing or warbling, and even the buzzing of busy bees and other insects is absent. And when you then search for why, you notice the absence of bird life. No sunbirds dipping their beaks in cups of nectar, no strutting barbets, no shimmering starlings. In this space, other plants in the immediate area are struggling to survive, undernourished and weak. And you realize that the local plant and bird life is being compromised by these strange though pretty aliens, unecological. This is in the past. This is history. You walk off the bridge and realize that directly in front of you is a garden store shed that you had built long ago and forgotten. You open the creaking door and walk in and begin to look around. Ponder now the possibility of tidying up the shed, the control center of your garden. You switch on the light and see that there are all kinds of tools there. Old tools that you've used before, forgotten, ignored, or overlooked. And new tools that you did not even know you had. There is also in the shed stuff that does not belong to you. It is time to pack this stuff up and return it to their original owners or to trash it. It is important to know that no one has the right to store their stuff in your garden without your permission. And as you let go of other people's things, you can feel better and better about yourself and recognize that at some stage, all of the things in the shed did have merit. And as you recognize those which still have value and can keep, you can put the rest out with the trash. As you now go deeper into the shed, you find yourself looking at a stone resting on a shelf, perhaps a crystal, obsidian, or jasper that you had once dug up when digging in the deep center of your space. It has been lying there deep in the soil, settled down deep in the earth, deep even since the beginning of time. Around your stone, you feel an aura of light, denoting an energy field. You walk up to that shimmering, vibrant stone and put out your hands, touching this field, and feel yourself immersed in this energy, feeling sensations of reassurance and eager anticipation. You feel held as by the sense of certainty of purpose and self-dependency. Closer and closer, your hands are drawn to the stone. Deeper and deeper are you drawn into its deep intelligence. You feel the vibrations that mirror the change in light, shade, and color, and a sound comes from within it, a symphony that resonates as it rises from deep within you. Your unconscious mind, the part of the mind which makes the connections, knows how to read the answers and solutions that it hears, and lets your body know, perhaps by the twitch of a finger, or the beginning of a smile, or a tingle under the skin. And you know without knowing what needs to be done, and you're told without hearing, an inner voice, an inner awareness to do it now. And you now know that you have all the abilities, resources, and capabilities that you need to create that ideal garden that you envisaged, that you had imagined previously looking to the right of the bridge. And think what your life is like now in the future, now that you have made all of these changes. In a state of shivering excitement, you walk back to the bridge, and you can really imagine exactly how it feels to have actions flow from those feelings, responding effortlessly, automatically, to that inner awareness, that inner knowing that tells you what to do and when and how to do it. And ponder what has been, and ponder the possibilities of change. Standing on the bridge in the present, you can ponder your future. You now have the opportunity to plant or build your life and garden. You can bring whatever you choose from the past or leave it there as it was. It is your garden. It is your life. It is our world. The wind one day called to my soul with the odor of jasmine. In return for the odor of my jasmine, I want the odor of your roses. You may share the fragrance of the roses and carry it to places near and places far. You may share the nectar from the garden and the aroma of the flowers, the babbling brooks, the chortling springs, and larks singing in their bowers. And the wind partook, and the wind left, and you smile in your song, for you know that you have tended your garden, that you have tended it well and will tend to it long. Ponder the possibilities. It is your garden. It is your life. It is our world. Thank you very much.